Recently, the news came that NASA is in trouble. NASA sent its Lucy probe to investigate some asteroids called Trojan Asteroids. Because these asteroids, despite orbiting in Jupiter's orbit, somehow shock its gravitational pull. But guess what? Suddenly, we get a signal that for the next 12 years, planned, its space mission is going to fail in the next 12 minutes. So what was the signal that put NASA in trouble? And why was NASA worried about the failure of a mission whose total estimated cost for the next 12 years was 4 times less than a single launch of NASA's moon mission? Well, friends, if you ask me, then maybe this mission was not just a profit and loss statement for NASA, but it was also a very important mission for her personally, whose reflection you can simply see in the name of this mission, which is Lucy. Now, NASA put this name on the fossil of an almost complete female ape found in 1974 because its name was also Lucy. The story of this fossil is so interesting that after listening to it, you will understand why it was named Lucy. So listen carefully. So the day was November 24th, 1974, and after wandering around the hot desert of Ethiopia for the whole afternoon, the archaeologists there were about to return to their camps with disappointment. But then suddenly, while standing far away and moving towards their car, one of them sees a bone coming out of the ground. And it turns out that it is the world's first such fossil which could prove that our ancestors could walk straight even before the Stone Age. And then what? As soon as people returned to their camps, they happily drank all night, partied and sang Beatles' Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And when they woke up in the morning, they were all so drunk that they didn't realize that the fossil's name was already Lucy. And who exactly named her Lucy? In short, Lucy was going to become famous overnight for 2 reasons. One was serious and the other was funny. And NASA wanted to take advantage of this fame after almost 50 years. In fact, when we got the first Trojan asteroid in history, it completely turned the understanding of our solar system upside down. Actually, on February 26, 1906, when German astronomer Max Wolf was studying space, he saw that an asteroid is also orbiting around the Sun in the orbit of Jupiter. Now, how is this possible? Because this is the definition of planets, right? That everything that comes in their way is either thrown out of their gravity by the solar system or it is soaked inside, and those objects become part of the planet. But in this particular case, despite the gravity of that asteroid Jupiter, it was moving ahead of it. Wolf tried to find out why this is happening, but time passed. And before he could say anything, one of his disciples diverted the attention of the world to another Trojan asteroid that was orbiting Jupiter. But this time, towards a Trojan asteroid that was not moving ahead of Jupiter but was moving backwards. Scientists were literally baffled. What is happening? Our most fundamental definition of the planet is being challenged. So this basically means that we can't call Jupiter a planet. And that's why a lot of research has been done on this, and it turned out to be a joke. Because both asteroids are actually situated at the Lagrangian points of Jupiter, where things, be it a probe or an asteroid, behave differently from our expectations. So look, both asteroids are situated at the Lagrangian points of Jupiter on L4 and L5, where the gravity of Jupiter and the Sun cancel each other out. And these asteroids don't have any gravitational force. Meaning, this is a perfect spot where any probe sent by us can study asteroids without being influenced by Jupiter. But wait a second. Until now, these asteroids were the reason for not sending missions and the complex path to reach them. For example, if you look at the planned path of the Lucy mission, you will know that Lucy probe will first study the Trojan asteroids ahead of Jupiter with the help of Earth's gravity and then return back to Earth with another gravity assist to study the Trojan asteroids behind Jupiter. So complicated, right? This is just one complication. Apart from this, you can see in this animation that he's going to pass through many inner belt asteroids very close during this mission. Meaning, one small mistake and game over. Worst part, before reaching these problematic inner belt asteroids, he caused a distress to NASA. Actually, after the launch, as soon as its solar panels were about to open, one of the solar panels named +Y did not open completely, which compromised the entire mission. This is because, according to the mechanism of these panels, the motor behind them was going to open those solar panels through a rope. But then, it happened that the rope that opened the panel got damaged due to some reason. It got stuck in the motor itself. In fact, NASA scientist Levison believed that due to the reduction of friction in the rope, it has been wrapped around its motor like a magnetic tape, and now nothing can be done. And well, as a result, in this situation of do or die, now only two options are left for NASA. They took a unique route. They vibrated the panels with Lucy's thrusters and collected its data. And then they put this data in a computer model which revealed that the plus E panel is only open up to 347 degrees. Meaning, if we want to open it, the motor will have to rotate with a little extra torque. So the scientists came up with an idea. Let's do one thing. Let's run the primary and backup motor of the probe together, so that the rope stuck in the motor will come out and the panels will open completely. And so, the plan was set, and after 3, 2, 1, NASA turned the rope and done. NASA's probe was back in action. Because NASA has used a lot of high-tech instruments in this probe, like this 2-in-1 detector, which detects the fine traces of organic compounds on asteroids and the unique fingerprint of every compound present in them, and takes out the horoscopes of those asteroids. That's why this mission could not be compromised under any circumstances. Now, in this mission, basically what will happen is that light will come in from Trojan Asteroid. Then a beam splitter, or simply a glass prism arrangement, will split this light into visible and infrared. And lastly, this split light will go to different sensors and give us information about different compounds. For example, when visible light falls on Lucy's color cam MV key, and infrared light falls on her laser, then their color bands will give us information about 5 different compounds. What's more, a level higher than this is this LTES instrument, which will specifically measure the thermal inertia of these asteroids, or simply the time it takes for them to cool down, and will make a heat map of it. With such a heat map, it will be known which material the surface of the asteroids is made of. Why? You may not know, but the thermal inertia of all particles is always different. Apart from this, NASA has also installed a high-resolution camera in it, which can measure the temperature of a small fly sitting on the other end of a cricket ground. A high-definition image. And no, not for us, but for our future generations. Because you won't believe it, along with all these instruments, a time capsule has also been added to it, in which some messages have been left on a tablet for our descendants. Now, why was this done? You must be wishing like me that I wish this was for us, right? So look, NASA's plan is that after completing its mission, Lucy will continue to travel among those Trojan asteroids for thousands of years. That means, whether we live in the future or not, our future generation living on this earth will be able to see Lucy and will be able to know about her past with her. If you liked this video, do hit the like button, subscribe to Mindful Journey channel and press the bell notification so that you don't miss any of our upcoming video updates. See you next time, friends. Till then, as always, stay curious, keep learning and keep growing. Bye.